Hey y'all, and welcome to Watch Cheryl Scrap for iNSD 2021. Today is Monday, May 3rd, it's 1 p.m. Eastern. This is the third and last session for our International Scrapbook Day celebrations. And today, I don't scrap them a lot, but I am going to scrap my boy today. And I'll be using the Let Your Light Shine kit, and that is by Mommyish and Studio Basic.
So be honest, Cheryl. Who do you scrap more lately? Olivia, Daniel, or the cat?
I've actually been scrapping me more lately.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That was a surprise. I wasn't expecting that answer.
I'd have to say I've been the subject of a lot of the layouts. Even if it's not just me by myself, it's usually me with somebody else.
That's awesome though, because only you can tell your story.
That's right.
So, yay.
Yeah. So thanks for sharing the bundle. I'm gonna close that. I could see the chat for a minute while I went over to close it. So I was like, that's how you share the bundle. Okay,
Yep.
so I have 3 photos. I just took these photos yesterday because he got a haircut. Which it's not his favorite thing.
He doesn't like haircuts, huh?
No.
I could see that.
Okay. Let's see here.
Megan says her son hates them too. I don't know if mine hates them or he just isn't so thrilled with them. I know that he's not so fond of them when he feels like he's finally got his hair to that perfect messiness.
Right.
And I'm like, nope, too long, goodbye.
Too long.
But
actually,
there have been a few times we've had to fight about who actually gets to. I mostly let him do his hair however he wants.
Yeah, hang on here.
Ooh, Kim says her son has very long hair and she doubts that he's had it cut during the pandemic.
Oh. Yeah, I took photos of him the other day. Hang on just a second. I think it was like, yeah, okay. I'm not gonna open it up and so you can see the difference in his hair. Just a little bit.
Mop top look is what we call it.
Yeah. And of course, Piper had to get in the picture.
Aww.
So, in comparison, you can see it's just cleaned up a little bit.
Jan gets haircuts every 5 weeks. Oh, Megan says her son's hair is really curly and he loves his hair long, but the curls are hard to take care of. So when he gets too lazy, she threatens him with a cut.
Yeah.
Kim gets her hair cut every 5 weeks. Renee says it's been 2 years.
Yeah.
I hate to say it probably has been about that for me too. 2 years, not 5 weeks. I know I haven't had it cut at all since pandemic started, so that would have been, March. I don't think I had it cut in February or January. So yeah, it's been a while.
Okay, I'm just gonna go with the 2. I like the 2.
Jennifer says her boys and her are every 5 weeks too. I need to get mine cut though. I can't figure out a hairstylist now that I've moved, and I didn't have one in Vegas, and
you're like, I don't know.
But it's getting to the point now, my hair's gotten so long where I don't know if other people have this problem, but my hair gets to this length where it's like, I just don't want to do anything with it. So it becomes like ponytail, messy bun every single day. Nothing else. And I'm like, okay, that's the point when it needs to be chopped or something. It's just too much that I'm not doing something with.
Right. Okay, I think I'm gonna just grab a.
Oh, good. Megan has the same issue. She lets hers go for way too long and just does a messy bun. Yep. Renee needs a trim and a new stylist. Ugh. So my husband actually, he tried out like 2 different places here, and now he goes to the barber school. They have a barber school here, and he absolutely loves it because it's super duper cheap. It's like $5 for a cut, but they only do guys cuts, unfortunately, or I would go there. And so it was funny though, because every time he goes, he like, for a hairstylist, he like way over tips because he'll give them like $5 a haircut. He's like, $20 is steal a steal. I'm like, $20 is absolutely a steal for 2 haircuts. I am agreeing with you on that. But the barber shop is always like, are you sure you want to tip that much? Because it's like 100% tip. I'm just like, yep.
Yep.
But you know, it's fine. Helping him out. Jan's son's been begging to go to the grocery store to get things he wants to eat. She had him put it on the list. All he wrote was cookies.
He's like,
Is it a
that's it.
specific type of cookie or just any cookie? Any cookie. Cookies are good. I agree. I'm down with that. Snacks. Megan says hers are getting too comfortable with coffee. They need to chill with the coffee. Which that is just like the best line ever and should be a word art. Chill with the coffee.
Yes.
Oh. What type of snacks, Amanda? Any of them or just specific kind? My kid's on a sparkling water kick. Like, luckily we have an Aldi here and they have a really cheap one. But he's like totally on this sparkling water and like just my husband buys it to drink himself and he'll turn around. He's like, there's none left. The kid drank it all. And I'm like, I'm okay with that when it's the cheap stuff. I'm not okay with that when it's the expensive stuff.
Right. You're like, stop.
Stop with the expensive ones. Megan gets coffee at Costco and they still go through it like crazy and gets really expensive. You know, Jan, I'm in a love-hate relationship with Aldi so far, I think. I mean, the things that I want from there, I do love their prices. Like, you can't beat cream cheese from there anywhere, even with sales that I've ever gotten, which is awesome. But then I'll want something like buttermilk. They don't carry buttermilk. So I always have to do a second store when I go to Aldi, and it's really slightly frustrating.
Yeah, you can make your own
I know,
vinegar.
but yeah,
I mean, you know,
I know.
It's not perfect, but
Yeah. There's a lot of things that I make my own, but buttermilk, because I use it as a base for ranch when I make homemade ranch. I
yes.
don't like making the buttermilk to make the ranch because it doesn't taste the same and it doesn't have the right consistency. Does that make sense?
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
I mean, if I'm just using it for like throwing in pancake batter or something, yeah, I totally don't mind making my own. Ooh, Kim gets to go back to campus in the fall, and that means back to Aldi because there isn't one near her, but there's one at the school she works at. Oh, good. Megan can't do 100% of her shopping at Aldi either. That makes me feel better. I'm like, I just wondered if it was me because so many people are like, I love Aldi, it's the best, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't mind Aldi, but I can't, I always have to do 2 stores when I do Aldi. And that's sometimes frustrating. I don't know. Hi, Monica. Kim gets some stuff there and the rest is pick up from Walmart. Renee never goes to Aldi. So the reason I went to Aldi to start with is because Aldi sometimes brings in like chocolate and cookie things, like chocolate dip cookies and stuff like that. That's from Europe. And so because it's Europe, it's like going to Trader Joe's. If you've gotten chocolate from Trader Joe's, it's better, period.
It's just better.
See, Kim, I'm torn. I don't think Aldi has the best chocolate. I think Trader Joe's beats them, but not by much. They're pretty close. And I think it's because it's all European, and European chocolate is way better than, in my personal opinion, is way better than American chocolate.
Right.
Oh, Jan goes to Trader Joe's, Aldi, Harris Teeter, Safeway, and Mom's Organic Market to get what they need. Yeah, I wouldn't like grocery shopping either. And yeah, when I go to Trader Joe's, the nearest one is way far away, so it has to be a big hole to go, which I miss. I really like Trader Joe's, but yeah, it's the same issue as Aldi. I agree that they don't carry everything, so you still have to go to another store. I mostly use Trader Joe's for treats, which is why it's probably good that it's not so close to me. And cheese.
You're like, and cheese. Yeah. I like that. And cheese.
And cheese.
And
they have a Trader Joe's has this wafer candy bar that's like a Kit Kat, only better. It has a little less chocolate, but it has a lot more layers, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have like that super thick coating of chocolate on the outside, but it's good. I like it. So, and I love their bags, and I collect their bags whenever we go to a new state and a new Trader Joe's because they make me smile. Yeah, I don't even know what its name is. I just know it's like a wafer bar. They have a peanut butter one, and I didn't like it, but we love the original chocolate one. Yep. Oh, Jan, do you collect the bags too? They make me smile. I know. We have some. They have some. So I got the Indiana one. So now I need to go to this is the funny part. I have 3 Trader Joe's all about the same distance away from me. It just depends on whether I want to drive all the way up to the other side of Indianapolis, out to Cincinnati, Ohio, or down to Louisville, Kentucky.
That's craziness now.
I'm like, but it's like they're within 5 minutes of the drive. And I'm like, so to me, they're all about the same part away, you know? It's just like, ugh. I like their cider. I like their peanut butter chocolates. Did you have the mini ones? Because I really love their mini peanut butter chocolates because it's just like the perfect little bite. If that makes sense. And they're not mini like the Reese's miniature ones. They're like minier though. Like if you were to get Reese's Pieces or the Conversation Hearts, they're like that big. And they're really delicious. It's like the perfect little bite. So, nope, they were bigger. Yeah. The bigger ones are good too. I just think that the tiny ones are like the perfect mixture. I don't know. I'm weird.
You're not weird.
No, when it comes to my chocolate, I am weird. And I blame that solely on spending so much time in Canada as a kid. Yeah. Because they have way better chocolate than the US.
You're like,
I'm so mean.
It's way better. What do you mean?
It is. It really is. Yeah. Okay, Kim, thanks. She says once you've had good chocolate, it's hard to go back. So my kid likes the Hershey bars here in the US, and I can't eat them because they just taste so waxy to me that it's like crazy. And I'm always like, why do you like those? They're gross. And I realize it's because he hasn't had as much Canadian chocolate and as much European chocolate as I have in my lifetime. Sometimes because I save the good chocolate and don't let him eat it. But, you know.
Now the secret comes out. Comes out.
Yeah. Well, you know, we get a lot of chocolate when we go to Canada, but the border's been closed, so we can't go.
Right.
Ooh, Renee's got the same thing. She has a Trader Joe's 90 minutes from her in 3 different directions. Yep. Amanda's got Walmart. She says that's the only grocery game here.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Closest Trader Joe's is in Atlanta. Renee's got 3.
Hotlanta.
Hotlanta.
Yeah.
By the way, your daughter says it's looking great. She loves the yellow.
It does look good. Yes, she's sitting right behind me.
She apparently doesn't have the mood to talk about chocolate and food. She's like, oh, look at the layout being scrapped.
Well, I have to tell you, she moves back into her room today, and I'm kind of sad about it.
I could see that. I'd be kind
I
of sad
think
too.
she's a little sad about it because she is using Jay's monitor, and it's this gargantuan thing.
She also says mega desk.
Yes, she has been spoiled. And it's on this arm that swivels around and you can pull it closer to you, and yeah. So she's like, I need Megadesk.
Aw, she says I'll miss you.
Don't make me cry during the chat.
Amanda also says she was thinking the same thing. She loves the yellow. Janelle says she has to hide sweets from her husband, otherwise it'll be gone in 5 minutes and her kids won't get any. Yeah, I have to hide certain sweets from my husband, but I also have to hide them from like both the guys in my family. So they joke because I always have like a treat drawer. So my husband will come up to me, he's like, hey, do you have any treats in your treat drawer? And I'll be like, turn your back and go in the other room. And yes, I'll take something.
Well, that's just because the boys, they snarf.
They do. Oh my gosh, my kid's hitting that preteen snarfing phase too.
Oh man.
Luckily he's still in that preteen doesn't look for anything phase, so I can have a whole bag of cookies that he doesn't know are there, but
I gotta show this other picture that I took of Daniel.
Oh my goodness, shoot. Twin boys that are 13. I bet they do eat everything in sight.
Okay, we bought these from Sam's because if there is anything carbohydrate, my son will eat it. Chips, crackers, pretzels, loves goldfish still. These boxes have 3 bags in them. You see how big they are?
Yeah.
Yeah. This was Saturday. I did have a little bit of goldfish, but the rest of them I think have only been eaten by him, and there's he's down to the bottom of the first bag.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So he's growing like a weed, and it's just true what they say. They just eat everything. They'll eat you out of house and home.
Megan says her 16-year-old twins are the reason they have a Costco membership. Monica says that's how they buy goldfish too. So Jennifer said when she was a kid, her dishwasher didn't work, so their mom used to hide cookies in it. My mom has a double oven. You have to double check and open the oven because she does the same thing. She hides things in them even though they both work. Which is how she found out cookies can set on fire. But that's,
a different story. That's a different
My son would sometimes forget that he ate dinner and wanted dinner again. Hid stuff in the oven while camping. Yep. And Jan says we're making her add things to her grocery list for after the scrap.
He's like, I have to do it. I have to get all the things.
See, I don't hide stuff in the oven because I'm the one that forgets to check. So we had this cast iron pan, and I bought these fabric things that go on the end so that you don't burn your hand when you're moving the pan around, right? Because my husband actually is the one who burnt his hand. That's fine. Well, it was in the oven, and I started the oven on, and I looked in and I was like, what's smoking? Well, it was smoking, and I was like, oh. So I pulled it out, and I'm like, oh, there's a little spark. So I tossed it outside. The whole thing blew up. It started a fire. We threw it in the little barbecue pit we have, so it wasn't burning grass or anything. The whole thing burned up. I'm like, this is why I don't store things in the oven, because I would do that. That would be something else, only more flammable, and we'd have a kitchen fire or something.
Right.
But yeah, it combusted from the inside out. It was fascinating to watch. Oh, Renee used the oven to store her food saver until she forgot it was in there and turned the oven on. Oh no.
No.
I like my food saver, Megan, and it's because I buy meat from Sam's Club. And so, I mean, I used to buy it from Costco, but now Sam's is closer. And so I will buy it in the bulk packages, and then I break it down to like 3/4 pound. That's one of my secrets for keeping my grocery bill. We don't ever use a pound, even if the recipe calls for it. We always use a 3/4 pound and then stretch it with beans or something. But it makes things defrost so much faster. And I find that by doing it that way, we go through less meats. So, because I also will take the chicken, like I'll buy chicken and I'll divide it down into smaller bits. And because, you know, I only pulled out the 1.5 breasts, I will make that work for the recipe. Whereas otherwise I might actually pull out 3 breasts, and then that's way too much for one meal. But anyway, so it works for my family. My mom has one. It's worked for her family. She's got boys. My gosh, the poor woman, she's raised way too many boys. But when she had 3 of them that were teenagers, that's when she bought it, because she uses it all the time. And she buys roasts too from Costco. And well, I mean, I buy them too. And we'll divide, like we'll buy the bigger pack. And then for my family, because it's little, I can divide one of their roasts into half. So their double pack of roasts will actually give me 4 roasts, and I just divide them down and food save them. So
Very interesting.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, birthday and Mother's Day.
My family likes all the meats,
Mm-hmm.
especially my husband, because I bought a pack of pork chops, and they were like thin cut, and there was probably 7 or 8 pork chops in there, but he was like, "Oh, there's not very many pork chops," and I was like, yeah, but I mean, he's like, that's good. We need to, you know, try not to eat as much meat. But then the next time I cooked, I made sure that I had plenty, and he was funny about it. He was like, I'm gonna eat these pork chops.
Yeah. She is scrapping with the Let Your Light Shine bundle. I'll post the link again for you. No worries. Always ask.
Yeah,
Renee
yeah.
uses it. She makes a big batch of meatloaf and then makes it personal size to eat, so she freezes the rest. So I do that with pepperonis. I'll actually buy the big things of pepperoni, and then I divide them down into like sleeves. And then we just cut it open, pop out what we need, because you know pepperoni defrosts fast. So we'll pop out what we need, and then I reseal it and throw it back in the freezer. Just because we don't go through pepperoni fast enough without it going bad. And cheese, I do it a lot for cheese too, because I'll buy the big bags of cheese. Apparently I use it a lot.
Okay. I wanted to start a little bit bigger.
So you could see it.
Yeah.
I like the star on star. That's kind of cool.
Stars on stars on stars.
Melinda says she's going to have to go shopping again.
Yep. While it's on sale.
Yeah, it's a good sale too. It's
Okay,
only
second
$6.
layout or custom shadows? Do, 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 do.
Megan needs to go shopping. Has everybody been shopping over the weekend? Amanda says second layout. I scrapped with the collab kits over the weekend and realized how much I really loved them. It's like, these are so pretty. There's so much in them. Amanda shopped twice. Renee got it done last night. Amanda's the only one who suggested second layout. Nobody else has said anything. So
Okay.
let's go with the second layout, I guess.
I'm going with the second layout. All right. Should I use the same kit?
Sure.
Okay, I gotta open up
Dan's
Lightroom.
catching up today on scrapping because she had so much going on this weekend. Ooh, Melinda forgot something last night, so she'll just drop this in her cart too. I totally understand that.
How many orders did you do, Olivia? 3? Yeah.
Monica
Olivia did
hasn't
3.
shopped? How can you not have shopped? Just kidding. It's fine if you haven't, but there's a lot of really good stuff out there. Ooh, Janelle's daughter had a softball tournament and her boys had a baseball tournament, so she has not scrapped yet. Yeah, that would be a lot. That'd be really busy.
Okay. Let's
Monica, I
see.
feel that. Monica just can't decide what to get.
Um, hmm.
Oh, Melinda didn't even try to scrap. She threw a backyard prom for her senior girl and some friends. Decorated for a week. I would be wiped out too. I believe you were wiped out. Aw, it's Piper.
Yeah, she joined us for some of our little, because everybody's like, we have to have proof that
Photos.
y'all were in the same room crafting. So I took these Saturday. Olivia took some. So she's at Jay's computer. That's why it says run over the top of it, because he likes to run. And then we had to pick up Piper to join us. Oh, that one's blurry. I'll have to delete that.
So was the theme backyard prom, Melinda, or did you give it a different theme? Because backyard prom is a great theme. It's like watching GIFs when you move them that fast.
Right.
It's like, whoa, that's fast.
Oh, and then last time we were talking about the COVID.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was at a chat. We were talking
Yep.
about doing travelers notebooks. So I just designed them a little bit smaller. So I taped them in, and so you can see the edge here. But I don't like assemble, like all of that is digital shadowing. That's not
It's
put
impressive
together.
shadowing.
And here's the pages that are glued in yet. Just printed.
That looks real. It does. I was
It's
like, oh,
amazing
that's
when
my
you print them.
keyboard. And I remember we talked about that already.
Yeah. And then Olivia took pictures of Jay, and he's playing his computer game at her pink desk.
Aww. That's awesome.
Yeah. All right, that's not what I wanted. Oh, and the other exciting thing that happened. Do you see that?
Ooh.
That is a lizard on my car. It stayed there the whole way to school. Pick up Daniel.
In fact, it
moved
moved
right
up so
there.
it wouldn't fall off.
What?
It moved up so it wouldn't fall off.
Yeah. It happened a second day in a row. This one got knocked off up at the gas station where I pick up Daniel. Because I was like, there's a lizard on the car. You got to knock it off. So he knocked it off. I do not think that lizard made it all the way back to my house. There's another lizard. It was smaller. I think it was the next day. So we took pictures, or maybe that. I don't remember now where that one is. Did I not pull those in? No.
Renee
Yeah.
says someone she follows on Instagram posted a story like this over the weekend, but they live in Puerto Rico.
And I'm like, I mean, last year, y'all remember 3 times, 3 separate occasions, a lizard got into the house.
Yep.
And I do not like them at all. They are scurriers, and they scurry around. It's very.
Now
I
here's the question. Now that you have 2 little animals to run around and chase them, will they stay out of the house?
I think that the Piper will. I saw her chasing a lizard outside, so I was like, maybe she will chase it when it's inside too, which would be good.
Cheryl, your color adjustments, you do them on photos in Lightroom, right? Not in Photoshop?
Right. So
It was a
I'll
question,
probably,
so I wanted to verify that I had the right answer.
yes.
I'll
Okay.
take lizards over the cockroaches. You know what? I will any day. I had Vegas cockroaches, and I will take lizards any day over cockroaches.
Oh God, we have those huge ones that
Yeah,
are just
that's true. You have both.
feral. Yeah, and that one, the last time Jay was trying to kill it, it was so big, Courtney. He smashed it with his heavy steel-toed shoes for work,
Hmm.
and the stupid thing, it it stood up and started running towards Jay, and it had very long legs, and so Jay hollers out, "Oh my God, it's chasing me! It's got a lift kit!" And of course, we were all, squealing and all that stuff.
Those
Um,
are the ones I hate the most. The
right?
ones that have those long legs. Because yeah, lift kit is exactly what they look like. Because you're like, oh my gosh, it's not supposed to be that close to me.
Yeah, but any other thing would have at least been stunned or
Yeah.
something. Um, oh goodness, let's go past that.
Melinda writes, cockroaches are crazy hard to kill. One kid had to write an essay on how they are super bugs.
I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna scrap a page about me and Olivia.
And Angela popped in.
Oh, hello.
House centipedes.
Okay, I think I'm gonna go black and white on this, and I do have a favorite um, set for that. I like this particular set, but then I still mess with it.
So Leanne says she'd like to learn how to do photo edits. Do you have a video tutorial on that in Lightroom? I don't think you
Uh,
do.
I don't think I do, but
Add it to your
would
list.
be a good little learning thing for the summer.
Totally.
I am not an expert at all. I just do, I used to do more fanciful, I guess you could say, where maybe it had really changed the photo itself.
Hmm.
Um, but now I'm either black and white or I'll do this, which is I just do the white balance auto and then I'll do the tone auto. And that's pretty much all I'll do. And then if I feel like, it's gotten too cool, I may warm it up some more.
I always find that if it does
Yeah,
anything, it's always going to go too cool. It very rarely goes too warm.
right.
Um,
So,
Leap is
yeah.
something that Farah does, Livy, but yeah, that would actually, I think Farah does do a lot of photo editing in Lightroom, but I'm not positive.
Hmm.
So it'd definitely be something you could suggest to her.
Yeah.
I
She's
don't know if I've seen a house centipede. Are your photos raw?
this one is not a lot when I do portrait mode on my Google Pixel camera, it only does JPEGs, but I do have it set to do RAW and JPEG for the front-facing camera. And then, of course, when I'm using my mirrorless camera, which I haven't been using at all lately, really at all, but that's RAW.
You don't tell somebody to Google a bug.
Uh-oh, did somebody get scared?
Oh, you know what? Oh, I do know what those are. House centipedes. Oh, sorry, I did not mean to get that excited because I do. I had those in my house and I didn't know what it was. And so I killed it. But apparently you shouldn't because they kill off the other bugs in your house. That's
Oh,
disturbing, even more so.
okay. So the other thing I'm going to do, and you can do it a couple of ways. If you're in develop mode, the only way you can do it is by right-clicking and then choosing set color label. Because what I do when I am scrapping to make sure I don't scrap it again, I use the purple, which I've renamed scrapped. And But if you're in the library mode, it's an option that you can leave down on the bottom. And then I can just click there and you can see it gave little purple outline. And then when you're looking at it, you can see that it's in a stack there. But this one is so similar to it, I'm just going to go ahead and mark it as well. So here we go.
So Megan's son got super excited because he heard you say Google Pixel because he loves his Google Pixel.
Oh, how old is he?
$16.
Haha. Yeah, the Pixel camera, does he have one, is it 1, 3, and 4? Or did they go 1, 2, 3, 4? What do you have? Forgot.
I don't have a Pixel. I have a Motorola.
Okay, Olivia has the 4XL. I have the 3XL.
He has the 4A.
Yes, fabulous. Honestly, the pictures are just absolutely amazing. Okay, since I decided to go with the black and white, I'm gonna go very colorful with this one, I think. And then I think I'm gonna do a little I don't know.
Inception.
Well, kind of like they're scattered across the page. Do a double one at that one, and then pull it up over here. I don't know. That's kind of fun, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, I love that paper. But look at this one. Then there's this one.
No, I like the
No.
brighter rainbow ones.
Okay, so that one
Leanne loves that one though.
or that one. So this one.
That one with the swirl to it. I don't know.
Okay, let's go with that one.
That one, that one, that one. Yep.
That one, that one, that one.
Well, I'm reading the chat. That one.
Yeah.
Megan had an Apple phone, which is her son had an Apple phone, which his sister forced him into, and she refuses to switch from Apple to Pixel. So they both have two totally different ones.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Center, middle, okay.
It's funny that that's become quite the thing about phones anymore. Nobody asks if it like texts or if it like
Yeah,
does
what's
whatever.
the
It's like, well,
camera
how's
do?
the camera? Yes, this is the same kit. She's
Yeah,
still
so
using the Let Your Light Shine.
So you can see it's, I mean, it's very versatile.
Megan said she's sold. Hi, Joy.
Well, when you can scrap both of your kids, if you have girls or boys or nieces, nephews, grandchildren, whatever the case might be. Oh, I love these buttons too.
Well, I mean, it gives it a totally different look.
Okay.
So you got to scrap fast though, because Krista has her chat today.
Oh gosh. I feel the pressure now. You shouldn't have said anything.
Well,
I'm thinking.
we got prizes to do. We got chats to be done for, you know. It's a slow scrap.
Shine, shine.
Sure, 12:30 sounds good. It's 2:30 Eastern time, 11:30 Pacific. So yeah, for Mountain Time, 12:30 is right. Chris, it is a slow scrap. You are correct, Angela. Yeah, it's a slow scrap. Oh, it does have good colors for Mardi Gras. You're right, Livy.
Mardi Gras.
I'm getting good at time zone in my head now. How would you explain Mardi Gras, Cheryl? I've actually never been. Have you?
I have not. If you're speaking of actual New Orleans Mardi Gras, I have been to parades. My dad was in a crew, so I have done that, but we took Olivia when she was little, and uh, I don't remember if I've told this story before, but it was like an afternoon parade, right?
Hmm.
So we go, we take Olivia, everything's fine and good. And this lady decides that she really needs some beads. So in the middle of the day, she just flips up her shirt in front of everybody. That was, I think, the last time we went to Mardi Gras parade.
Yeah, that's like what it's known for is getting
Yeah,
beads by showing off your tatas.
yeah, but yeah, it was like very it was just kind of shocking, and you're like, okay, this is daytime. I thought we'd be, you know, safe,
Say,
and so we just chose not to do anymore. And um, but yeah, I mean, you can get tons of beads, and it's a good time. My sister absolutely loves Mardi Gras.
Jan says then you throw the beads away when you get home. Or at least send it through like disinfectant spray, right?
Yeah, or if you don't throw them away, find somebody who's in a crew and let them recycle them.
There you go. So yeah, New Orleans is the most famous. It's not wooden beads for necklaces. It's like
Plastic beads.
plastic beads.
But they have some really big ones actually that you gotta be careful. They'll knock your block off. They're throwing those. It's like, okay, they call them specialty beads or whatever. So,
Hmm.
um, so my dad, Olivia's papa, would always make sure she got some cool beads,
Oh, that's cool. Yeah,
even
they
if
get
we
thrown. So
didn't go.
normally there's like parade. It's a parade of floats, and the people throw them from the floats, right?
Right.
Does floats translate to Europe? Do you have floats? We Americans do some weird things when you think about it.
Yeah.
We take up perfectly good pumpkins and carve them up and set them on our porches for a month. So, you know.
Yeah. Well, in some areas, because in Florida, you can't leave them out for a month. They'll just totally fall over. This, like they start melting into themselves and rotting. It's very unattractive.
And what's weird about that is in Vegas, it's so dry that they basically just mummify. So you can leave them out and like nobody notices because they just kind of mummify because it just
Right.
sucks
And you're
all the
like,
moisture out of them.
hey, it's just part of it.
So yeah, they throw so like as a kid we did, yeah, carts or trailers decorated. Yep, exactly. Costumed people. Yep. As a kid we used to have floats and parades that would toss candy out. I don't know if you've ever done one of those, but it's the same idea, only they throw these bead necklace things, these plastic thingies. Which is funny because the ones, I don't know which ones they actually throw at Mardi Gras, but the ones that I've always seen for Mardi Gras beads are the cheap plastic ones from the dollar store.
Yes, they're inexpensive. Most of them are anyway.
No throwing at UK parades. A lot of places here have taken the throwing out, especially with candy and stuff because you might hurt somebody. But as far as I know, not at Mardi Gras. They still chuck stuff.
They're still chucking it.
But yeah, it stands for Fat Tuesday, and it's the Tuesday before Lent starts on Wednesday, I believe.
Yeah. So, you're basically whatever you're gonna let go of during Lent, you're just letting it all
Yep,
hang
all
out.
the excess on Fat Tuesday. Someone was throwing ears of corn at a 4th of July parade in Jackson Hole. That's awesome. Like, obviously dangerous, but totally awesome. Get all your party out before Lent. It's a religious thing. That sounds like a t-shirt. It was a politician, even better. Yeah, Renee, that's what I've seen a lot too, is where they kind of walk along. See, we've seen where they walk along and just kind of toss it on the ground, like frisbee it towards the kids at low, so it doesn't go very high.
Right.
But I only like parades that throw candy. I agree with that, Monica, except Disney parades. I do like Disney parades, even though they don't throw me candy. They should. That'd be awesome. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, a lot of the parades have stopped with the actual throwing of candy. Can you imagine the stampede? Throwing candy at a Disney parade? Yeah, I can, but it'd be cool.
Because they'd have really good candy.
Yeah. They wouldn't have the big old saltwater taffy bag they bought at the Costco.
No.
Monica loves that colorful page.
It's quite lovely.
It is. I like the contrast of the black and white versus the color.
And I like the movement across the page as well. A little going here, I'm going there. Okay.
They give you cookies and hot cocoa at the end of the Mickey's parade for Christmas, but they don't throw it at you. Angela says they have lantern parades. All the schools take part and parade with their handmade lanterns and kits. That's cool. Love your movement and the diagonal composition. Yeah, the problem with throwing from the floats is kids run into the street. And but see, that's where that's on the float person. Because if the float person was throwing them far enough, it wouldn't be in the middle of the parade route. Come on.
Right.
If they have if they have a bad arm and just kind of drop it along, that's on them.
Yeah, correct me
Is that Bartspo? It totally could be Bartspo. Yeah, most of the float throwers were kids. See, for the ones I went to, a couple of them were kids, but most of them were adults. Or if it was kids, like we used to throw off my grandpa's float, and we would have to he wouldn't let any of the kids under, I think, 9 throw, because he figured at that point you had a good enough arm to get it away from the street. But you're right, people aren't looking, and that's a danger. How did I miss those Stitch Stars? I don't know how you missed the Stitch Stars. They're pretty cool. Probably because there's so many amazing things in that kit.
Yes. There's like a ton.
Yeah, all the dance studios galore. So the kit is Let Your Light Shine. It's actually a bundle. Well, I'm posting the bundle. I don't know. It might be in the stores, just a kit too. I haven't looked. Yeah, the bundle's a good price at $5.99, so I haven't bothered.
Okay, I'm gonna let's see, let's rasterize this, and then I'm gonna just cut out this part.
Good to see you and making your own word art.
Well, I didn't want it to go all the way across. I kind of wanted to stack it if I could. And I need to grab a little bit of white so this stands out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. It's actually one of the most common ways I change word art is from a long thing to a stacked.
Right, let me find this little cloud. So I can pop it under here. I'll just make that a little bit bigger. Duplicate it and turn it upside down.
Look at all these little nifty tricks she's doing.
Look at these sparkle.
Glitter! It's something glittery, shiny.
Glittery and shiny. Okay.
Love it.
I'm going to put it on top of that paper. So let's throw this down there.
The only glitter allowed in this house is digital. Yep.
Ain't that right?
I do have some real glitter, but it's hidden. Why do I have real glitter? Oh, because we made slime for homeschool one day, and I was in charge of bringing the glitter. And unfortunately, you can't use digital glitter for slime.
No. Doesn't work, does it?
Monica's daughter shattered a little bottle of glitter in her house once. Never again. Yeah. So we made slime out of Elmer's glue and contact solution, and I think you had water to it or something. I can't remember. And then added some food coloring colors. But here's the funny thing. It was for a class of straight up boys, and they all used the glitter. They all thought the glitter was like the most amazing thing ever. And I was like, yeah, my kid included, unfortunately. He was like, oh, do you have? Nope. No, I don't have any.
I don't have any. Nope, sorry.
They do. They love sparkles. Melinda says you have to learn. You have to learn to live with glitter when you have daughters who dance. Yep. I bet Jan had a lot of glitter around her house too when she had figure skaters. Yes. I was like, all of my figure skating costumes had glitter all over them. So not as many as you would go through with dance, but still enough.
Okay.
We're still following it. I have daughters who craft. That's why it's banned. Oh, we're on your side. That's why my glitter is hidden very deep where nobody knows where it is. Well, I know where it is, which is good because sometimes I don't.
I didn't like the way that was going. So I'm going to move this.
One of the girls this weekend had a very glittery dress at the backyard prom. We can tell all of the places she walked and sat in the backyard Saturday night. Oh my goodness.
I am going to move this back over here.
All right. You about done? You're at the 2 o'clock
I'm
time.
done. All right, 2 layouts down. Bam.
Woohoo!
All right, I'm going to stop the recording so we can give out our little prize. Thank y'all for coming, and can you believe it went by so fast? Yeah, we'll see you tonight if
Thursday.
you're interested in the new Project Mouse collection. It is tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern. Same link. And then Thursday, I have my regular May session, and that is at 9 p.m. Eastern. So anyway, we'll see you then. Thanks for coming.